Why did the elite, the super rich, decided the idea of supporting CO2 impact on climate? Why is this such a big deal for them?
Well, it started very much about eugenics and the control of population. And carbon it's just fits because it's about the control of humans and resources. So of course it's a perfect solution. And also, if you look into the Rockefeller Brothers Fund, as they wrote in their annual review from 2005, they said that climate is the perfect problem because it touches on everything. It affects everyone.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us. This is Daniel Estrel, and welcome to Astronaut Media. Today, my guest is an old friend. His name is Jacob Nordengard. He's a Swedish researcher, author, lecturer. He's also a musician. Also has a PhD in technology and social change from the Linköping University. He's also a master's degree in social science and in geography, etc., etc., etc. He's joining us today from Sweden. Jacob, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So I want to talk to you about your latest book, Rockefeller Controlling the Game. So in this book, Rockefeller Controlling the Game, it's, from what you said, is a thrilling and paradoxical story of one of the world's most influential global players. We're obviously talking about the Rockefeller family. And again, their position in the American business, close contacts in the White House, needless to say, immense financial power as one of the world's leading private research funders. The Rockefellers have been able to anchor the climate issue both scientifically and politically. So let me ask you a question. Let's start off with, right off the bat. What is the reasoning behind doing what they're doing right now?
Well, it started in the 50s with the climate business, because I mean it's like very strange with the oil family involved in limiting carbon dioxide emissions from fossil fuels. It was the thing that made them rich, but this was a way they saw fit for building a new international economic order. In the 50s, they identified certain ways to get to creating an upgraded United Nations, and United Nations that the family had been very involved with setting up in the 40s, and also the ideas behind the United Nations were more or less scripted by the Council on Foreign Relations that the family was very involved with. So, and in the 50s, they came up with a report called the Special Studies Project. This report was released by the Rockefeller Brothers Fund. All the Rockefeller brothers were involved in this, and a lot of experts from United States were involved in this, and they wanted to find methods to find ground for international cooperation. And as climate, it expands, it touches everything. It spans over borders, the atmosphere and the oceans. It's a commons. It's a common problem. And so they said in the 50s that this could be a way to get the nations to work together with a problem that could come out of unmanaged climate. So, and the other thing was health.
Let's get to the let's talk about this separately. So the Rockefeller family, they had two overarching and intertwined goals: power and dominance over a perfect world, as you describe in your book. So what does this perfect world look like from the vantage point of the Rockefeller family?
Well, it's a world governed by, as I point out in my two last chapters. It's a they see it like the world before wasn't governed in the right way. It's too many people making the wrong decisions. It's better if we the experts take care of this, and also using the latest technology to achieve this. And this is a part of what they started in 2016, the fourth industrial revolution. That's a kind of a solution to everything, and it's the world that they see will be governed by more or less artificial intelligence, together with the experts. And digitization is very, very important for this agenda. So they are very, very much working and pushing for the total digitization of. I mean, the internet was a start of it. It was a very, very important thing. Now we want to expand this to every corner of the world, and collect information about everyone through with digital technologies.
What
And
do
with
environment?
it,
Sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead. I,
well, we use this data.
So they collect data, okay? Now, I want to ask you about
Yeah.
the climate agenda. What do the super rich, because needless to say, we're talking about climate change, it's an agenda of the super rich. And a lot of people don't really understand what it's about, because most people think, for whatever reason it is, well, if they're doing climate change, it's because they're thinking of the environment, they're thinking about, saving the bears and the pandas and the little insects and all these kinds of species who are dying out. But we understand that the super rich are not particularly interested in saving anything, okay? So what do the super rich get out of the climate change agenda?
Profit and control. And the control aspect of it is it's carbon management. Carbon is the enemy, and the enemy is life, because that is what carbon is. We are carbon-based creatures. Carbon is everywhere. It's so it's, I see it as an attack against us humans.
Right.
But these people also make profit on this as well, and they want to control and manage the carbon assets in the world. That's what they have in mind. And yeah.
What was the hypothesis behind the idea of supporting carbon CO2 impact on climate and policy responses to mitigate its effects?
Can you take that again? The question
What was one of the things you talk about in the book, okay,
Yeah.
is the hypothesis behind the idea. Why did the elite, the super rich, decided the idea of supporting CO2 impact on climate? Why is this such a big deal for them? Why do they talk about this all the time?
Well, it started very much about eugenics and the control of population. So and carbon it's just fits, because it's about the control of humans and resources. So of course it's a perfect solution. And also, if you look into the Rockefeller Brothers Fund, as they wrote in their annual review from 2005, they said that climate is the perfect problem because it touches on everything. It affects everyone. Every part of society. So that's why it's so as a perfect thing to make us the big threat.
How do they make money Okay, so the idea of climate change, really, what's really behind it, if you take all the layers out, is to kill as many people as you can. That's Malthusian, plan of
Yeah.
depopulation. But how do the elite make money? Because it's also about money. I mean, you can kill people, but they also want to make money on it. So how do they make money through the climate change schemes?
Well, one thing, one example is we have, for example, Qatar Foundation, and Qatar, a couple of organizations that is run by the state of Qatar. They are an oil land. They are the natural gas, fossil fuels. They haven't been rich without it, but they invest in wind power. They are the biggest owner of the Iberdrola Group, I think it's called, Spanish company that is very, very big on wind power. They are the biggest owner. Why? Why would they be involved? Isn't it against their business models? No, it's perfect for a business model because they also invest in, in natural gas. And wind power, you can't run the world on only wind power. It's when the wind doesn't blow, you won't get any electricity. You have to have backup power. And they sell the backup power, natural gas. And as we have this with the thing with the Nord Stream and the sabotage. Just after the Russians couldn't sell the gas,
Right.
Qatar stepped in and sold. And they are very involved also in something that's called the Climate Governance Commission, that is advising United Nations in the how we will govern our climate future. So they see profit. And in this project, in the natural gas project that Qatar has, their partner in this project is ExxonMobil. That is the Rockefellers' old company. So they see they can offer these solutions that don't really solve anything because you have to have we have to sell other forms of solutions, backup solutions. It's like the medicine thing as well. So and they see every crisis as an opportunity.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now,
So
back in 2014, the Rockefeller Brothers Fund, they announced that they would divest from all their fossil energy holdings. Again, it's a kind of a strange thing to announce, considering it's been their cash cow for over a century. So why was that done, and how are they going to make money? So you get rid of the oil, okay, your fossil fuels, your fossil energy holdings, and you're going to make your money on what?